Hi. Um, so this is a review of the Kobo Libra 2 from Rakuten or something. I don't know how you say that. E-reader, which I bought in Australia about a year and a half ago for I can't remember, 200 or something, a bit over $200, I think, Aussie. I've got some notes here. The positives. So the reason I bought this thing, the whole reason I bought this thing was because, I work with a lot of people. Everyone I know has a Kindle, basically. I'm old school. I don't like the idea of being locked into a Kindle shop and only being, using what's in the Kindle shop, all that kind of things. I can get my own ebooks, whatever, and I'd like to read them on a device. And this was perfect for that, it seemed. Can read it EPUB, PDF. I don't know. Go and have a look. Lots of different. I don't think it reads Mobi actually, but yeah, it reads lots of different formats when it works. It also has this thing called, they market it as being called something else. I can't remember, but actually, when you go to download that in the Android shop, they've changed the name of the app to Libby. So you can go to your local library and, if you're not a member, sign up or just whatever. Use your membership at the library that can link with the Libby app, which you can use on the Kobo. And I signed up at two different regions, libraries. And what I saw was actually not even that great anyway. They have a few books. These are pretty good libraries, there were a few books. There were a lot of magazines and stuff. It was okay. Not that interesting, really. Not what I wanted. I thought maybe you'd have a lot of books at your disposal or anything, but that'll be different depending on the library that you go to. Another positive, the backlight was also a positive, I thought. I share a cabin at work, and things like this can annoy your cabin mate. You don't want to have like a bright screen or something with a fan that makes a lot of noise. It was a nice idea to just have something with a little bit of light that you could read a book clearly with your lights off in the room and stuff while they're asleep or whatever. It's just nice. The waterproofing thing is also another positive. I didn't see a lot of e-readers with that. Now, moving right along to the negatives. So when I got it, I was really happy about it, and now I can stop staring at my phone for 15 hours a day, burning my eyes to death, and start looking at something a bit easier on the eyes and using my time more productively. I always, I have enjoyed reading books when I was younger and stuff, and the idea of getting any book that I kind of want on here that I'm really interested in was super cool. So I was happy, and I'm like, I remember sitting with my dad at his place, and then showing him the device, and I'm like, look at this, and then realizing that actually it's like kind of unresponsive, it's slow. We went to put some books on it using his laptop. It has this weird thing where, so you put your books on, it acts just like a hard drive, really. There's no real, maybe there is, but we didn't use the app or anything. I don't think there is. You just kind of, it's like transferring from one drive to another, to a portable drive or something. So we're moving these ebooks on, and then you eject it, as you do with portable drives and stuff on the computer. You right click, eject, whatever. And we noticed that for some reason you eject it and it's okay, it says it's ejected, done. And then there's a delay of like 20 seconds where it doesn't do anything, and then like because the reason we found this out is because we unplugged it the first time. Okay, it's ejected, unplug it. Oh, where are the books? They're not on there. But actually, you eject it. You have to wait like 20 seconds, and I've never seen any device do that with a computer where you can eject it and it's ejected. It doesn't show on the computer, but it's still doing stuff. And anyway, like 20-30 seconds later, the books start to transfer over after ejecting, and then you can pull out the cord. It's safe to pull out the cord. Okay, the next thing, it's got a browser. This was really annoying. Okay, so it's got a web browser, which is cool. That's good. Wouldn't it be nice to... Okay, they've got another model that has Google Drive support. I understand that this didn't have Drive support when I bought it. Fair enough, okay. But, I don't know. They've got a browser. What's to stop you just thinking, like, technically, why can't they just allow you to log on to Google Drive, which you can do, I think. I think I could do that in the browser. But then there's no where to select to download. Okay, I want to download this book from my Google Drive, for instance. There's no, why can't they just give you, okay, this is a drive or something, like there's nowhere to download it to, so that doesn't work. And that was a little bit frustrating, but I knew what I was in for. I didn't buy there's another model up, which I'm glad I didn't buy because it's more expensive. It's probably just as crap. Slow and clunky. So, as I mentioned, I was showing people and whatever, and just general day-to-day use. These things have not very good processors in them because they don't need them. They read books. You're not playing games. You don't need a good processor. I understand that it's going to be slow, but this was like next level, and it seemed like the device was almost like it was unresponsive at times. And I'm not just talking about flicking through the menus. Okay, so a good one was like selecting text. That's very difficult. I don't know why it's so difficult, but it's just almost impossible to select text and use that feature, like to make a note or something, or copy or something. Unresponsive. Like, I remember you push this button on the back. This is the on and off button. And sometimes you push it, something happens, sometimes nothing happens. It's just, I've never seen a device like it. Next point in my notes here, productreview.com.au. I should have looked at that before I bought it. When I realised that it doesn't work anymore, it's broken. Like, you can see on the screen, it's still got my last title of the book on there. That's because of the technology of e-ink screens. The device can be broken, and that can remain on there for some time. Like, it's been broken now for, I think, like 8 months or something. As far as I know, it could have been longer because I didn't pick it up for a while. But yeah, I looked on I was looking for any reviews online about the actual device, and that seemed to be a good review site, and all of the reviews there are saying the same exact thing that I'm saying right now. The same thing, and you can go and look at it yourself. Look up any Kobo device, or Kobo, whatever you want to call it, on productreview.com.au, and you will just see it's probably like 80% crap reviews, and there's like 20% which are, it's amazing, and I'm not sure that they're legitimate reviews. Anyway, that's almost about it. I will say I've never had a device like this. Like you buy some devices maybe off online shopping. It might be a cheap Chinese device. Like, you expect that it's not going to be high quality, and you know that, okay, maybe it's not going to last that long. Like, for example, I've got a thing that dispenses water out of a water dispenser over here. It costs like $8. That's lasted me months. it's got a pump and a motor, and it pumps water out of a bottle into another bottle for me, or whatever I want to pump it into. I think that's lasted probably longer than this thing. This thing, so, you know, you spend $200 or whatever it was dollars, and you expect a quality device. And I cannot think of any device I've had in my life that I've bought that has been a quality device that's cost a reasonable amount of money, that I've just had to, okay, it just stopped working for no reason whatsoever, and I have to throw it in the bin. And that's what's going to happen with this thing. The final thing I will say is I contacted support. They're not easy to find. Like most big companies, it's not easy to find the actual channel to direct your problem to. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. It was this ChatGPT thing that came up with the email address help@kobo.com. Sent them an email. They responded. I explained the situation like a human. They responded with a generic, just a generic email. They obviously didn't even look at it. It was just like automatic or something, or maybe they've just got a copy and paste. I don't know how they do it. And it was just like how to go through the menus on your device and do a factory reset. And I explained in my original thing that it doesn't operate. It's unresponsive. Nothing. I can't get to any menus. This is it. You know, it's a brick. So that was useless. And then I just said to them, I tried to be nice, and I said, okay, do you have any way to factory reset the device without using the menus for an unresponsive device? And they replied again with another method of holding the button on the back for 30 seconds, and that apparently initiates a factory reset. And before you do this, you need to actually try a number of different cables and chargers, and they also, for some reason, I'm not sure why they recommend doing it this particular way, but they say plug it into the USB port on the computer for a minimum of an hour. So I did everything. I tried all different cables. I know some cables are like power and they don't do data and blah blah blah. I tried all these different cables. Tried the computer thing, nothing's worked. I've tried the reset thing. I've pushed this button so many times, like trying to bring the thing back to life. Like that didn't work. And then that was about it for support. They didn't really. I think I said that doesn't work, and then they sent through, I think they came back again with another thing to reset the device again, which was just another generic stupid reply. And I can see that people on that website that I mentioned earlier, they all had the same problems with support. And it comes to a point where support will bring up the warranty or the guarantee, and they do not follow through with that. Actually, that's not true. I saw a couple of reports of people getting new devices on that website, and a lot of people tried and couldn't. Like, they couldn't return it. They were not given an address. They were asking how to return it, blah blah blah. So yeah, anyway, that's my review of the Kobo Libra 2. I highly recommend avoiding it at all costs. It's a brick, and it's the worst device I have ever bought. And this is not even a joke. I'm not doing this for dramatic purposes, because I'm going to do this today anyway. This is my bin. This is my Kobo. Rest in peace. See you later.